Well, good evening and welcome back to the Westby Fieldhouse. We've got more varsity basketball action for you, this time on the girls' side. Westby's going to take on Arcadia. I'm Dan Grass with some assistance from Dave Gluck again tonight here to bring you the Coulee Conference matchup between the Westby Norse and the Arcadia Raiders.
Turn my ear up. Well, they will announce the Raiders first. They come in here at 4-11, Dan, kind of having a long season. But another one of those teams, Dan, the Coulee, that lacks seniors. Quite the opposite of Westby. Westby's
right.
Senior loaded, but again, they come in with one senior, actually two, and the rest are all underclassmen.
So Caitlin Bremer, along with Alyssa Shank, she's one of the seniors. Cassidy Peeler is a junior, number 12. And number 14, Bree Golden. She's a first-team all-conference returnee from last year, so one of their seniors is a darn good one for sure. And at 23, Bryn Aspen is a junior.
Yeah, Golden leading the squad with 21 points per game. Peeler with 11. Peeler in their first matchup was in foul trouble early. She had 3 fouls in the first 7 minutes of play. She sat pretty much that entire game. So she can stay clean. They may have a little stronger paint play.
Right. Starting for Westby. Starting lineup we've seen quite a bit. Number 5, senior Jada Berg. I'm just going to get out of the way. We have all seniors. Number 11 is Aubrey Jotham. Number 14 is Denali Hebner. Number 33 is Hannah Nelson. And number 42 is Kennedy Brigham.
Westby coming in at 14 and 3 overall. Berg leading the scoring with 11 per game. Brigham with 9. Jothan with 8. Brigham also leads the team in rebounds per game and assists per game. She's kind of one of those unsung heroes, Dan, who really makes a lot of things happen on that floor.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know how unsung. I think everybody who's paid attention knows what she does for this Westby basketball team. But you're right. She doesn't.
She's not the glamour player, is
Nope.
she? She's a lunch pail kind of worker, is what she is.
Tip goes to Westby. Brigham's first shot of the game is short, and Shank comes away with the rebound. And Arcadia has its first possession here. Just getting underway here. No score. And kind of as figured, Westby's going to do everything they can to keep the ball out of Bree Golden's hands.
Yeah, Dan, probably the best player in the Coulee.
I would agree. Scorer, anyways. I guess I don't see the teams play all that well enough, but I know she's very good with the basketball and little zone action for Arcadia, and the Berg 3 from the corner is no good, and Golden comes away. She's going to bring the ball up the court. And gives it up to Bremer. Now it's stolen away by Jothan.
Good hands by Bergen there.
And this is kind of the way a lot of the girls' basketball games seem to have been starting lately. It just takes a while for the offenses to get going. I played last week Friday at GET, and I don't know, Dave, what was that game, like 8-8 with about 5 minutes into the game or 6 minutes into the game?
It seemed like it.
And then it was all Westby from there. Hebner drives the lane, can't get the shot to go, gets her own rebound and goes up. She's going to draw the foul. She'll go to the free throw line. But yeah, and then Westby, when I want to say it's like a 27-0 run to end the half, and never looked back.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much like a 40-10 run after that. But
right. Hebner's first free throw is good, so Westby first on the board here
But that has been the story, Dan, of this Coulee conference this year. When you think of Gep being down, Blackford being down, Viroqua continue to be down, and it's kind of everyone's chasing West Salem.
Yep.
And Westby's one game ahead of Luther for second and third.
Yep. Yeah, and the Westby played, well, it was about exactly a week ago, I think Westby played at Onalaska Luther, and it was kind of a grinder.
It really was. Luther went cold. They spent from the 10-minute mark down to 2 minutes without scoring a field goal.
Right. And Westby has shown defensively they can do that to teams. They
can frustrate them.
Yep. And there's a steal by Jothan. That's Westby. They're 14-3 for a reason. I don't mean this to be insulting. It's not because offensively they're great. It's because they're very consistent defensively. As Nelson's shot goes off, and what I mean by that is, no matter how the ball is being shot, if the ball's going in, they're just going to give you the same defensive effort every minute of every game. Golden gets free, misses the shot, follows the shot, but it goes out of bounds. It'll go to Westby.
You would expect Arcadia to be running her off a lot of screens. We'll see what they do. Other teams, when they're being face guarded, elect to sit that player up on the half-court line. Let's go 4-on-4.
Right. Then Hebner from about an 18-footer, and that goes off the rim, no, and Golden comes away with the rebound, and she brings the ball across the timeline. If I remember watching her play last year, she doesn't really have a range limit either. She obviously gets the ball in the post, up strong, but can't get it to go. And quality defense there. She got a good look, but straight up, bothered the shot, and then Brigham gets the rebound.
Yeah, good double team by Hannah Nelson.
Mm-hmm. Berg's going to try another one from that corner. That falls short. Tipped around. Out of bounds. I believe this is going to be Arcadia basketball, and it is.
Westby JV taking care of the Arcadia JV game while you folks here are watching the boys play Fenimore.
Kenzie Stelner into the ball game for Westby.
And Justine Sansala for Arcadia.
Good block by Jada Berg there. And I think we got a travel, yep. Got the ball back after the block and then took a step before the pass.
Peeler has shown, I know last year, a heady player, just, she can master a little bit of a ball fake. She'll get Jada to go up.
Right. Berg has the ball, far corner. He dribbles out. Brigham will try that baseline shot, and it's good.
Long two for Kennedy
Long
Brigham.
two, yep. 4-0 Westby. But over the years, that's one thing Kennedy has really improved herself on, is that baseline. It started with the baseline shot, and I think that her confidence has moved to other areas of the court as well. But she's really become proficient from that spot out of the short corner. And good rebound there by Slaby. Gets another opportunity for Arcadia. Now another offensive rebound. Straight to the rack and scores is Cassidy Peeler.
Yeah, that time no one came out to stop her.
Yeah, the C parted and she took advantage.
But that's after two offensive rebounds. So good work on their end. Yeah, Bergen, that little 8-footer from the baseline was really tough last year. Now she's extended that into the corner.
Mm-hmm. Good cut by Hebner, and she gets the finish. Nice pass. I think that was Jada Berg with the pass to the Nolly Hebner cutting through the lane. 6-2 Westby, coming up on 13 minutes to go in the first half. This is Peeler in the post. Up strong over Berg, and Cassidy Peeler with her second bucket of the half. Makes it 6-4. Stelner had the ball in the lane. Brigham now extends it, and that's going to be a three from the top of the key, and she hits it. That's that range you're talking about, Dave. And then from other areas of the court, just 9-4 gives Westby a 5-point lead.
She doesn't waste time. She goes up in a hurry.
Peeler from that same spot goes up and scores. And They are giving Bree Golden a lot of attention and kind of leaving Cassidy Peeler there one-on-one, and they're going to have to step up the intensity guarding her a little bit. Stelner thought about the little 12-footer, but gives it up to Berg. Into the lane with the runner is Briggen, and she scores. So a good hot start there for Kennedy Briggen. That's going to draw a timeout from Arcadia's coach. That's going to be a 30-second timeout, I believe, or did they call it a full timeout? Yeah, 30-second timeout. Well, with that, we have some more of our great sponsors. Main Street Mobile Mart in Viroqua. Stop in to Viroqua's Mobile Mini Mart and pick up that last-minute fishing requirements from live bait, tackle, and even a quick snack. It's Viroqua's Mobile Mini Mart. And Mitbee's TV and Appliance. Mitbee's TV and Appliance is the place to go for your cashed in for your Samsung, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Watch the playoff games and regular season events with the best large screen TV selections from Mitbee's TV and Appliance.
11:57 mark here. Westby up 11-6 on the visiting Raiders of Arcadia.
Megan Nelson and Aaron Gluck into the ball game for Westby. Golden gets through and is going to draw the foul. Got a little bit of space there, attacked the rim, drew the foul on Jada Berg, I believe, and she'll go to the free throw line. Sometimes a trip to the free throw line is all it takes for a scorer to get going. And she makes good on the first free throw. Second one is up and good. 11-8, I'm sorry. Westby with the lead. Berg tries that three from that wing. She likes that spot, and she connects. So a couple of three-pointers now for Westby gives them a 14-8 lead. Battle for it, and it's going to stay with Arcadia.
Nelson back on, Grass entering for the Norse.
And Golden, that pass is too high. Kind of threw that one away. Intended for Bryn Aspen, but went over her head. And Westby will get the ball on the turnover. Megan Nelson's going to bring the ball up.
11-minute mark, 14-8 Westby.
Oh, good idea by Gluck. I think Grass kind of got in the way of that one as it was kind of going to the corner. Now Nelson's going to fire a three from the wing, and it's no good. Aaron Gluck with the rebound. She kicks it back out. Goes back to Nelson in the lane. Nelson cuts. A 16-footer from Mackenzie Stelner, and that's good. So a little out of sorts there after that first offensive rebound for Westby, but they kind of regather and they end up getting a real good look from Kenzie Stelner, and she knocked it down. 16-8 now, 10:20 to go here in the first half. This is going to be a long two from the top of the key. It's no good. Nelson controls the rebound and ends up getting it to Megan Nelson, and she'll bring the ball up. Stelner, good shot fake, drive to the basket. It kicks out to Grass. Grass is going to try the three, and that's short. That hits nothing. Goes out of bounds.
Bramer back into the ball game for Arcadia. Bremer, I suppose that is, huh?
I think so. A little crossover there, and Golden recovery by Aaron Gluck. Another tough shot by Golden, and that's short. And
two good screens set by Grass, allowed Nelson bring that ball up the floor.
oh, Stelner loses that one.
Out the back door. Lockington for Arcadia set to check in with Berg. Lockington, just a freshman.
There's Golden, kind of got herself free there. Gets her first field goal of the ball game, her 4th point. 16-10, coming up on 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Grass from the baseline. That shot hits the front rim, no good. Stelner with the rebound. Gives to Nelson. They're going to kick it back out. Now Stelner will try the 16-footer from the baseline, and she connects. So Kenzie Stelner with a good look and knocks the shot down, 18-10. And this Westby team, they do get real hard to deal with. When they're knocking down that shot, they're tough to deal with. And that's going to be a blocking foul on Grass as Sansala drives to the basket, and we're going to get line substitutions for Westby. Back to the original starting lineup. 8:22 to go here in the first half, 18-10 Westby. That's a wide open 3 from the wing. That's no good, and Hannah Nelson grabs the rebound.
Eight-minute mark. Westby up 18-10.
Berg's 3 from that wing is no good, and good strong rebound by Caitlin Bremer.
Yeah, she just ripped out of hand.
I think Hannah thought they were going to get the jump ball called there, but Bremer was strong with it and ripped it away and play on.
Peeler's been quiet here the last few trips down.
Well, I think there's that shot is no good. Rebounded by Sansala, and Arcadia.
They're not extending that zone so far out.
Well, I think they kind of switched to a triangle and 2 look, where they're gonna guard Bree Golden, who is currently, I think she's taking a break, but they're gonna pay a lot more attention to Peeler. As Nelson 3 is no good, and that's going to nearly saved by Hebner, but it goes out of bounds. And Golden and Alyssa Shank will re-enter. We'll see what Westby does here, Dave, but I think they kind of switched to a triangle and 2 look, where they're gonna have somebody on Peeler and Golden pretty much all the time, I think. And as Golden's shot was in and out, good rebound by Jada Berg. Jothan goes hard to the basket. She draws the foul.
Peeler picking that one up.
That's one thing I don't, Dave, that the Westby did better than I've ever seen this group do after turnovers. Boy, they just attacked the basket and just zipped that ball around, and he got layup, and just finished them. And that was good to see. One thing to get the steals, it was another thing to just 2 crisp passes and a layup, and they did it throughout that whole game. Jothan makes good on both free throws, so 20-10 with 6:45 to go in the ball game. Golden now, boy, gets around a couple of defenders. Tough shot, and that goes, and then that's just what a scorer does.
Use that initial screen and just curled it all the way around.
Yeah, defended fairly well by Westby, but that's a scorer's going to hit. Now that's an errant pass and a turnover as Golden got in there and knocked that ball away. 20-12, 6 minutes to go here in the first half. Golden with a little Euro step. Peeler ends up with a loose. No, I'm sorry, that was Alyssa Shank. And just like that, it's 20-14. So a little run here for Arcadia is keeping them in this ball game. Brigham's going to take the three and hit another one.
Yeah, she'll quiet it down. Brigham off to a fast start here. 10 points already. Nearly half their offense.
Yeah, I think, well, she missed her first shot badly. That's another thing about Kennedy Brigham is didn't bother her a bit. She has not missed since and has 10 points. Near steal, and now she's on the floor, and we're going to get that tie up. It's going to stay with Arcadia, I believe. And they never did put a possession arrow up. I think the scorers are kind of looking nervous. Westby did control the jump. I do remember that, but it's going to be a full timeout here taken by Arcadia, I believe. So 23-14, we have 5:21 to go here in the first half. Looking at a couple more of our sponsors here. We got Nordic Lanes. Lunch specials every day at Nordic Lanes. Stop in and visit with your for carry-out orders. Give them a call at 634-4000. They're open 7 days a week. And Peck's Corner. Stop in at Peck's Corner just outside of Cashin and say hi to Nicholas and all the gang at 30766 County D. Peck's Corner. And Premier Co-op. Check out Ace Hardware in Westby for all of your farm, home, and business needs. Located in Westby, Viroqua, Cashin, and surrounding areas, Premier Cooperative has crop protection, animal nutrition, grain, energy, hardware, convenience stores, and auto repair for all of your needs. Premier Co-op. The Westby office at 634-3184.
Well, Dan, I tell you what, after this game, Westby has a stretch of 4 games. 3 of those 4 are going to be awful good ones. Hillsborough at 6-2, West Salem at 7-0, Luther at 4-2, and in the middle of it all, they have Viroqua at 0-7. So it's going to be a pretty crucial part of their schedule coming up here. You know, course, 3 of those being non-conference, and you know, they should come away with at least one victory out of those for sure.
Sure. Well, you know, and it is still January, but we're getting down there, Dave. There's only, 7 games after this, I believe, before the playoffs start.
It goes fast.
It does go way too fast. Golden clears herself and hits the shot. That was a 17-footer, and that's what she does. That's what a scorer does, right, Dave? She just made space for herself, stepped back, and calmly knocked down that jump shot. 23-16, 4:50 to go. Berg from the wing. That's too strong. Jotham corrals the rebound. Stelner, a little crossover, and she scores. So Stelner having a good night offensively as well.
You know, she's one of those players that's going to go into the paint and just really get some good looks when she does shoot.
Yeah, I believe that's 6 points for her in the first half. Now Golden has the ball. She takes a long 3 off the front rim short. Huebner able to track down that rebound. That's one thing when you're defending her. Like I say, she has plenty of range. You got to have your hands up at all times. She's not afraid to shoot it. Jothan in the corner now. Stelner tried to get that one to Huebner at the free throw line and knocked away nicely by Arcadia. Trying to cut into an 11-point lead, 9-point lead now, I'm sorry. Knocked away by Brigham, and she's going to try to run it down. They're going to get a foul, I believe, on Sansala for Arcadia. Good job by Kennedy Brigham. Knocked that ball away, got the angle, importantly, and then dove to the floor. Easy call for the official. Megan Nelson into the ball game for Westby. And there's a steal by Golden. She tried to get out ahead of the pack. Can't score it, and Stelner gets the rebound. Nice job by Megan Nelson and Kenzie Stelner to hustle down there. Megan Nelson forced to the pull-up, and Stelner was able there to get the rebound.
Approaching 3 minutes, 25-16 Westby.
Brigham strong in the paint. Gets another bucket. 27-16, under 3 minutes now to go in the first half. It's a good, strong move by Sensala. Berg couldn't quite cut that baseline off. Ends up getting the foul. I think they gave that to Briggen. Just her first, second team foul. Hannah Nelson back into the game along with Easton Grass. No, I'm sorry, that they did give that foul to Berg. I thought that's who it was. They had 42. It took them a long time to get it up there. So third team foul on Westby, second on Berg. It'll be a long two here. And Nelson trying to get that rebound. And it's going to be, say, knocked off of Arcadia. 2:32 to go here in the first half. Westby with an 11-point lead, 27-16. Hannah Nelson, I'm sorry, will bring the ball up for Westby. Arcadia in a man-to-man look now. Stelner cuts across the lane, draws the foul. So she'll go to the free throw line. First free throw is up, too strong. Second free throw is up and front rim and rolls it in. Good touch there from Kenzie Stelner. Goes 1 of 2. And we got a 3-second call. And Golden and Hannah Slaby are kind of talking with each other. I'm not sure who they got that on. I guess it doesn't really matter. That's pretty early in the possession to get a 3-second call. (28-16), 2:08 to go here in the game. In the half, I'm sorry. Good catch by Kennedy Briggen. Keeps that one alive now. Nelson kicks it out. Good pass inside to Jada Berg. Goes up with the right hand and scores. That was good ball movement by Westby. Threading the needle on a couple passes, but a great look by Hannah Nelson into Berg. And she finished with the right hand. 30-16 now. Up and under. Nice move there by Bree Golden. And moves like that you can just see she's a special kind of scorer, huh, Dave? Don't see that very often in this game. Yep. Nelson goes up. She finished, in and out. Briggen gets the rebound. They're going to get a travel or a foul. And
I think he wanted to call a lockup, but Kennedy started moving before they could lock her.
They did. I think we're going to get a discussion here. I don't know about what.
I'd be surprised him way out here to make it to change that.
Right. I don't know. I looking at it, my thoughts are that Kennedy had a little bit of help moving. Like maybe she got some contact, but whatever. At any rate, it's a turnover. 30-18, and they turn it right back over. And here comes Nelson on the run. She can't get the shot to go. Megan Nelson gets the rebound. Now Hannah will shoot that little 15-footer. It's no good, and Aspen gets the rebound, gives to Golden. 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Golden threads the needle and get a foul called. It's going to be before the shot. It's just the fourth team foul on Westby. Who'd they give that to? Stelner, I believe, picked up that foul, her first. There's a three from Sensala. It's off the front rim, no, and good box out by Briggen. Under 30 seconds to go here in the half. Stelner does a nice job of that shot fake, goes left, but then that one gets knocked out of her hands. And they're going to give this one to Bree Golden. Under 20 seconds to go. Golden does give it up now. A quick three. And that's off the front rim. No, now Megan Nelson has it. Under 10. Westby's going to get a look here, I think. 5 seconds to go. Nelson gives to Briggen. She's going to put up the shot and hit it. Her great half ends just how it started there with a nice shot gives Westby the 32-18 halftime lead. So with that, we're going to be back in about 10 minutes with half number 2. Once again, Westby has a 32-18 lead. This is Coulee Conference Girls Basketball, brought to you by Western Wisconsin Video Productions. We'll be back in a bit. Well, welcome back to the Westby Fieldhouse. Dan Grass with Dave Gluck here. We're going to bring you some second half varsity girls basketball action. Westby has a 32-18 halftime lead. And there's the horn. Tonight's game brought to you by one of our great sponsors, Riverbank, now with office located in Coulee Valley and Westby to serve all of your banking needs, and the Rural Mutual Insurance. Stop in and see Kevin Blusky for your farm and business insurance needs, your Wisconsin-based insurance company that keeps your money in the state. So Westby will have the basketball coming out of halftime here with that 14-point lead. There's a skip pass that goes off the backboard. It had Jada Berg open, but Denali Hebner able to run that one down. She's going to drive the lane and draw the foul and get the basket. Good start for Denali Hebner in the second half, and it's kind of how she started the first half. She was a little bit of an offensive punch, and she doesn't look to score very often, but that was a really good take to the basket. Finished strong through contact and finishes the three-point play. So good start to the second half for the Lady Norse. They lead 35-18, 17:44 to go here in the ball game.
And then they're off. Westby will be off now until the 30th of January, next, I think, Monday.
That's Hillsborough.
They have Hillsborough. Then it gets a little punchy. Then it's 3 games in 7 days.
There's an errant pass by Peeler. Well, there's anything that taught us anything can happen with the schedule, with the weather.
Oh, that's true.
You know, and so hopefully things go well. And, 3 games in 7 days is a nice test, I think. Regionals is about that. It's actually 3 games in less days. So I mean, you have to do it if you want to advance in the tournament. So good pass into the post for Berg. She turns around and scores. 37-18. And this is what Westby can do, I think, Dave, and it's kind of what they did with GET too. Everything started with their defense. They string together a bunch of stops, and when, if they can go on a run offensively, the game can get out of reach in a real hurry. And that is going to be saved. Nope, on the line. Berg nearly saved it.
I didn't know she was going to get there.
I didn't
she was
either.
running in sand.
Right. But then that
the long arms reached out.
The long arms reached out and she got it, but I guess her foot was on the line. Golden inbounds, gets the ball back with Hebner guarding. Tries to go under, great pass. Just Sala in the corner, she can't get the shot to go. Fight for the rebound, and it's going to be a jump ball. Peeler and Hebner battled. This one will stay with Arcadia. They will inbound on the baseline. 37-18, Westby 5-0 run to start the second half here.
We always taught kids, Dan, back when I was coaching, when someone latches on, they start pulling, let go of the ball, and let them go down.
Right.
Then you got to travel.
Brigham with the steal. Gives to trailing Berg. Can't get the shot to go. Peeler battles for the rebound. Good job by Cassidy Peeler there. Contested that shot and did not forget the box out. They came right back to her, and she was able to get the rebound. Sensala tries another 3, and this time it's good from the left wing. So a nice answer from Arcadia. Makes it 37-21. Nelson's going to go up and get some contact there, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Well, Sensala, it looks like they've given her the green light to shoot now, and she squared up very nicely.
That was a very good looking shot. I guess, actually shots are going to be tough for Bree Golden to get. Everybody knows what kind of scorer she is, and she's going to need her teammates to shoot and make a few of those to kind of free things up for her.
I think her best bet right now was to penetrate and draw some contact.
I would agree.
She can
I
do
would
that.
agree. Yeah, she's a very good free throw shooter, and Nelson makes good on the free throws. And I dare say it, Dave, Westby's having a good night from the free throw line, but it seems like they're all or nothing from that free throw line.
It's kind of how it is.
They've had games where they've been really, really good, and games where it's kind of been an issue. So good to see them so far being successful at the free throw line. And that Brigham drops in and steals that entry pass. This is Aaron Gluck who's got in the ball game. Good look to Jotham, but Shank got her hand out at the last second. Tipped that one away. Kenzie Stelner into the ball game for Westby. For Hannah Nelson. Lob into Berg. That's a little baseline shot for Brigham. That's no good, and good rebound there from Bree Golden. Takes a little step back on Gluck and buries the three.
Well, she's been driving and penetrating. We've seen her step back a couple times tonight.
It's a very tough for a defender there, but I think you got to be ready for everything. And Berg from the wing misses that one. Sensala has that board. She gives up ahead to Cassidy Peeler, and she gets the easy one. And they just beat Westby down the court on that one after the steal. Luke tries to get it into Berg. There's another one I think could have been a bounce pass, huh, Dave?
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. At any rate, it is Arcadia ball.
Better yet, shoot that ball.
Sensala, boy, she looks to be a lot more aggressive this half. That one's swatted away by Jada Berg. Shank comes up with it. Now we're going to get a three from the top by Aspen. It's no good, and Jothan comes away with the long rebound. That's going to be a kick ball. Nelson in for Brigham and Gluck. All right, that's an inbound. Hannah Nelson, nice job getting down and getting that ball. And that's another, boy, Arcadia has been all over the passing lanes in the second half, and Westby's got to clean that up. A little sloppy with their passing here in the second half. That goes into Megan Nelson, and there's another pass. Great hands by Bree Golden, but she's going to go up and can't get the shot to go. Defended well, but there's Sensala with the follow-up rebound and an and-one opportunity, and Arcadia continues a run here. (39-28), a free throw trying to cut this back to a 10-point game. It was 19 points just a few minutes ago, and there it is. Free throw's good. Grass into the game for Berg. 39-29.
I think the ref just palmed that ball and brought it right up to himself.
Hey, he might have.
He's a big guy. He does a lot of officiating in a lot of different sports.
He does. He does one of the.
Thankfully, we have guys who do that.
I like to call them the legendary Korger brothers.
Oh, that's right. There was a group of brothers, weren't there?
Yep.
13-minute mark approaching. 39-29, Westby.
Oh, good strong move by Jothan. Can't get the shot to go, and goal. That's a hard rebound. And Megan Nelson got the brunt of that one.
She was underneath it.
Looks to be okay. Boy, that was kind of a bit scary there.
She is one tough cookie, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
I guess we all know that.
And we're going to get a timeout here taken by Coach Hebner, I believe.
13-10, 39 Westby, 29 Arcadia.
And we have some more of our great sponsors, Scenic Bluffs Community Health Center, serving Cashton, Norwalk, Viroqua, and La Crosse, and the surrounding communities with the most up-to-date medical care for everyone. And Sealand's Carpetland, located in the heart of Coon Valley. When it comes to your flooring needs, no one is better than Sealand's Carpetland. From luxury vinyl, tile, carpet, or hardwood floors, contact the professionals from Coon Valley's Sealand's Carpetland, 452-3129. And Sleepy Hollow, looking for that new or used vehicle? Look no farther than Sleepy Hollow in Viroqua. Be sure to contact Spanky and the rest of the gang for your next vehicle. 39-29, Westby with the lead. Arcadia, I believe, is on a 10-0 run. Got themselves back into the game. Westby was up 19 at one point, and I think Arcadia's been on a 10-0 run to cut it to 39-29.
Yeah, Arcadia got into a little running game there. And that's one thing Westby doesn't do well in, Dan. It's when the game goes back and forth quickly. They need to slow things down and get their offense and play at their pace because they're not a running team.
Nope.
They push the ball well, but they don't run well.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
And they're much better defensively. You get them in the half court and make teams earn it with multiple passes and reversals. Westby recovers from that stuff well, but transition defense is a little more difficult, and they're going to get a turnover here. It's going to be an over and back. So got him in the half court there and turned him over. And part of that is just taking care of the ball yourself. When if you're turning the ball over yourself, then you're putting yourself in transition defense opportunities. And so take care of the basketball and play good defense, and that's when Westby's at their best. Stelner, the good move. Great pass down to grass with a finish. Boy, Kenzie Stelner, she has done just a magnificent job all season, really, of just that little shot fake, couple dribbles, get into the lane and either get a shot, and she's a great passer as well. And Easton Grass, the benefit of that one, gets the easy layup. That shot is off and wide, and Grass gets the rebound.
Lockington with that shot, another freshman out there. Like we were saying earlier before the game, a lot of teams in the conference are young. It's nothing. It's nothing to see a squad with 3 sophomores out there and a freshman and a senior.
Right, and the reality is, even I think the best team in the conference, hands down, West Salem. They're young.
Yeah, they're extremely young.
Yeah, they have one senior.
Westby needed that too, and it was a great assist from Stelner to Grass. And see if they can get a little spark now.
Into the high post, Grass with the shot, and it doesn't go in, and it's going to be off of Stelner.
Well, good for getting in there, crashing the boards.
Yeah, it was. Not a bad look from Grass. I thought that was pretty good offense. They stayed in the composure, and I think you'd be happy to get a little 12-footer from the free throw line there.
41-29, 11-minute mark, second half.
Oh, Golden gave that one up. And Grass gets the rebound. She draws the foul.
She did a good job of just staying right there on that block, Dan, and not getting sucked across. And then she's on for that long rebound.
Yep. I thought, and Bree Golden, I tell you, hats off for being unselfish, but I think the scorer that she is, maybe she should look to score that basketball. Yep. But they got a great look, but,
Yeah.
We're bringing back into the ball game. This is Stelner, gets into the lane. She's going to go up strong herself this time. Can't get the shot to go. And Golden comes away with it. She's going to go until you stop him. And Hebner did a nice job there. Now we get a 3 from the corner, and that's short. And Grass gets another rebound on a. Those are tough rebounds too. You have to read that well, because when those shots don't, you expect the shot to hit the rim, and when it doesn't, it can be. So Easton's doing a nice job of reading those shots and going and getting that ball. Now Brigham's going to try a 3. It's no good. Stelner sneaks in for that rebound. Kicks it out to Grass, and Westby will reset. Good job by Kenzie Stelner. She's going to get a shot out of this. And she hits.
Deserved it.
Yep, she did. She's had a really, really nice game. One goes into the lane to Sala. A little trouble, and that goes off, and Nelson's going to pick that up, and she's off of the races. Nice jump stop to Stelner, back to Nelson. Goes to Brigham, and they're going to set their offense. That goes into the high post. Boy, I got Harns all over, I was going to say. Going to be the 4th team foul on Arcadia. We're going to get some substitutions coming. Berg and Jothan will come back in for Grass, and good minutes from Grass and Nelson there. And we're going to get timeout on the floor. 43-29. Westby kind of curtailed that run and got the lead back up to 14 here. 9:24 to go in the ball game. Looking at a couple more of our sponsors: Sweet Valley Artisan and Valley Fudge and Candy. Featuring more than 50 local artisans, you are sure to find your treasure with handmade crafts, collectibles, furniture, paint, food, fudge, and more. Located in downtown Coon Valley, home of Valley Fudge and Candy. And Vernon Communications Cooperative. Since 1951, VCC has been around to serve the area with high-quality technology service. Vernon Communications Cooperative is now working with nearly 1,000 plus subscribers. So out of the timeout here, Westby will have the ball on the baseline. Briggan's going to inbound. I like to lob this right to Berg. Sometimes it looks like it's going to be open there too, except she steps out. Briggan goes back to the corner. She'll shot fake. Baseline jumper, no good. Berg hustles for that rebound and can't finish, but Briggan's there for the rebound and she draws the foul. So offensive rebounding on that possession is going to get Westby a couple of free throws. You know, Dave, sometimes I remember talking last year, Westby was really good at offensive rebounding. And part of that was because they were just missing so many shots. Tonight, they're making a lot of shots, but they're still getting a fair amount of offensive rebounds. So,
yeah, and Finley Conrad, the lone senior last year, she worked really well in the paint on the boards too, if I recall.
Yep. Briggan's second free throw is short, so Briggan misses both.
Well, the only thing she's had.
Yeah, that's a rare. She's a solid free throw shooter. And of course, this is my fault. I jinxed the whole team in the first half by saying they were shooting free throws well. We're going to get a travel on Golden. And
see, there, I think that she's better off just trying to go through that contact and get to the foul line. But she likes to draw people in and kick it out.
Briggan, that pass knocked away by Golden, near steal, but Westby retains possession somehow. Ooh, they had Berg in the post there. Westby being patient, waiting for something to open up here. And Arcadia, it looks like they're trying to start trapping a little bit out of this, but hasn't been much of a bother to Westby so far. Well, I think they got Berg in the post and she's working for it. I think they should look to get her the ball.
Yeah, she's opened multiple times in a set, and just Westby's just reluctant to throw that pass in there from time to time. They're just over the shoulder,
yeah,
right to the
there's a
corner
lob
of the
opportunity, and they're going to draw the foul on a block.
And maybe they don't teach that. You know, it's you lob that ball to the back corner or the bottom of that backboard, and it's just her and her hand up there.
Yeah, it
takes practice.
It's a tough pass and catch, but if done right, it's about impossible to stop when you have a player like Berg, especially there on the left side. And then they executed it great.
Bergen, of course,
keeps the ball up.
Unable to get it.
Just didn't get the shot to go, but I like that. They finally got it into her, and that was actually great defense. Kind of spun around as Peeler attacks and can't get it. But you know, the last play they were fronting Jada. The ball went over the top, and she was able to spin around and get defensive position again, and that kind of thwarted that play. There's a nice pass by Stelner again into Briggan, and she hits a little 10-footer. Kenzie Stelner is filling the stat line tonight between points and assists. Jolson gets the steal. Has Briggan out to the left, but she's going to go strong to the hole. Can't get the shot to go. A lot of contact. Now a fight for it. Who's coming away with it? And we're going to get...
Good no call.
I agree. I agree. Defended really well, and good take by Aubrey. Just didn't get the shot to go. Hannah Nelson enters for Jada Berg. A good find from Kennedy Briggan, and good job by Aubrey Jolson. She saw the hole in the zone there on that inbounds play and got in there, and Briggan hit her with the pass, and Jolson gets rewarded with the bucket. So 47-29, an 8-0 run by Westby after Arcadia pulled it within 10 points. It's back up to 18-point lead for the Lady Norse. Oh, nice pass underneath and gets the finish. I think that was Peeler who made that entry pass.
And that was 4 with the basket, Slavey.
Oh, a little sloppy there. And Arcadia is going to come away with it. Able to avoid the travel. Now Peeler's on a dead run. Oh, great pass underneath, but Hannah Nelson hustles down and blocks that shot. Say Arcadia's basketball. And that pass is going to kind of important here. Not really, but I think that ball went out of bounds before it was touched. So Westby will inbound where it went out of bounds instead of having an over and back where they would inbound from the backcourt. Something's on the court over there.
I hope it's not contacts.
They don't look like they're very careful with them. Doesn't look like it. Ball near steal, but knocked away and a foul called on Aspen. I think that's the 7th team foul. It's going to put Brigham at the line. And it will. So Westby will be shooting bonus free throws for the rest of the ball game. 5:52 to go here. They lead 47-31. That free throw around rolls out. Stelner trying to keep it alive. I think that was knocked off of Arcadia, and it was. Good job by Kenzie Stelner. Didn't get that rebound, but tapped it around. It went off of Peeler's foot. Westby will inbound from underneath. Jothan stuck to that same spot. This time she gives it back to Brigham, and that rolls around and in. Nice job by Aubrey Jothan. If it worked once, she got to that same spot, and Brigham found her. This time they collapsed on her, and then Brigham relocated. And good two-man game there from Jothan and Brigham. Now we get a jump ball. That's going to stay with Arcadia. Now, gonna have some solid inbound. They got something cooked up for Golden here, I would think. She comes through a flurry of screens. Aaron Gluck with a good job getting through them. Cuts off the dribble. Nice, good offense there by Arcadia. Good cuts, and they get the layup. Grass with the catch and the finish. She draws the foul.
Nice spin.
Well, it's a great look for Kennedy Brigham. A good give and go there. It's a tough pass and catch, but those two executed it well. And see if Grass gets rewarded with a couple of free throws. First one's good. Second one rolls around the front of the rim and in. So 2 for 2 for Easton. Coming up on 5 minutes to go in the ball game, 51-33. Golden gets free. That shot goes long. Grass tips that one up, but now we got a battle on the floor here, and Anna Nelson comes away with it. So they catch a break there.
Four and a half minutes left here. 51-33 Westby.
That's a good reversal. That's going to get a good shot from Nelson as she hits it. Boy, I was started with Erin Gluck on the far side. She made a crisp pass, and I think it went with the grass at the top of the key at the short corner and found Hannah Nelson. You should reverse the ball that fast. You're going to get a good look, and Hannah Nelson knocked it down. 54-33, 3:58 to go here in the ball game. A couple more of our sponsors. We have Vernon Manor Healthcare Center. Vernon Manor Healthcare Center has been committed to serving the residents of Vernon County for over 100 years. When it comes to quality healthcare service, Vernon Manor stands out as a leader in the field. Compassionate and understanding staff provide excellent rehabilitative care. Call 637-5400 and find out why you are treated like family at the Vernon Manor Healthcare Center. And Vernon Electric, the Touchstone Energy Cooperative, located at 110 Sauk Street Road in Westby, providing over 10,000 patrons electricity in southwest Wisconsin. Check out Vernon Electricity's online newsletter and even your monthly billing statement. And Vernon Memorial Healthcare, VMH, offers a 5-star patient experience, 16 straight years of outstanding service based on centers for Medicare and Medicaid. And the VFW of Viroqua. Check out the Viroqua VFW banquet and dining facilities for your next big event. We can cater to all your needs for your birthday, anniversary, wedding, and fundraising events. Call the VFW at 637-3212. So 3:56 to go in the ball game. Westby with a 21-point lead here near steal. Now Megan Nelson gets in there, almost gets the steal. We got a 3-pointer from the top of the key. That's off the rim. And Peeler's able to run that down and save it. That's going to give Sensala a crack at a 3 from the top of the key. That's halfway down and gone. And another offensive rebound, and Nelson just gets in there and draws that jump ball. She did all she could to box out on that one, but
and that was Slavy back down in there for Arcadia again. She's done a nice job down that.
Yes, she has. And Megan, a great recovery by Megan Nelson. Just didn't give up. Got the jump ball. Gluck hard to the hole there. Got a screen from Grass, and good strong finish from Erin Gluck. And 56-33, coming up on 3 minutes to go here in the ball game. That one went off somebody's foot.
Nelson. 3 minutes approaching. Westby with a 23-point lead. Be nice to see Moody and Fortu maybe yet tonight. Get them a little bit of experience on this floor at this speed.
Arcadia inbounds. This is Bree Golden. Golden's going to step back, take the long 3. That's halfway down and gone. Another offensive rebound for Arcadia. And that ball is on the floor, and Hannah Nelson has it, and we're going to get a jump ball. It's going to stay with Arcadia. Substitutions: Berg back in the ball game, Brigham back in the ball game, and Heapner back in the ball game. So it's Nelson, Gluck, Brigham, Berg, and Heapner for Westby. 2:50 to go here. 56-33, Westby with the lead. Good strong move by Peeler. And Nelson battles for that rebound. She had position. This time she draws the foul. So she's going to come down and shoot the 1-and-1. 2:45 to go here in the ball. Well, wait a second here. What are they calling? Certainly a bonus if that was a loose ball foul. That's what it is. And we have the Viroqua Dental Center. Located behind Sleepy Hollow in Viroqua, Dr. Leanne Klum offers the most up-to-date care and dentistry technique for your safety as Nelson knocks down the front end of the bonus. Earns the second one. It's up and it's no good. Well, I thought Nelson was in the lane a little early. She knew she missed that one and took off after it. And I thought could have called the lane violation, but didn't. Now Golden's going to, I think that's what being defended hard all night does. You agree, Golden sprung free and then missed the bunny. And Coming up on 2:15 to go here in the ball game. 57-33 Westby. Luke pulls up from 16 and more like 18 and misses that shot. Golden thought about passing ahead. Now she does to Sensala, and that gets tossed out of bounds. That's going to be off of Megan Nelson. Arcadia basketball. Jordan Walters into the ball game for the Raiders. Good job by Heaver to knock that one away, but Arcadia retains possession. Golden tries to go baseline, cut off nicely by Gluck. Pass underneath, nice catch by Slaby. And Nelson ends up with that steal. We get a substitution timeout. And always up to the other coach if they want to take that timeout or not. And looks like he's trying to get substitutions in as well, so hopefully they let those four check in. Wholesale substitutions. Now we have Stelner, Gluck, Ellie Fortune into the game, Brooklyn Booty into the game along with Easton Grass for Westby. It goes into Booty. Good cut by Aaron Gluck and a good strong finish. Give and go there. If that was Brooklyn Booty who made that pass, Dave?
That was Booty.
Yeah, it was. Nice give and go there from Booty to Gluck, and Gluck went strong. Finished 59-33, minute 16 to go. There's a three-pointer in the air, no good, and comes away to Aaron Gluck. And Grass, that's another little back cut there, and I think that was Stelner who found her. And Grass finishes, has a chance at an and one. Free throw in and out. Under a minute. 61-33. Westby in control. And we've got the Varsity Funeral Home, supporting area families for over 50 plus years. Be sure to contact your friends at the Varsity Funeral Home in Westby or Viroqua. And the Westby Co-op Creamery, quality dairy products from the Westby Co-op Creamery. The convenience store is open 7 days a week. Booty has the ball at the free throw line. There's Ali Fortune out on the wing. Gluck's going to take a three from the top of the key. That's short. We're going to be out of bounds. That'll go to Arcadia with 13 seconds to go. And the Westby Co-op Credit Union, WCCU, now has 9 offices located in central and southwest Wisconsin. You'll find WCCU in Richland Center, Cashton, Viroqua, Coon Valley, and Westby. There's a shot in the air, no good. Rebound tapped away to Gluck. And that's the horn's going to sound, and that's the ball game. We'd like to thank you for watching this special presentation. We had a couple of varsity games for you tonight. First, the boys, they fell on the short end to Fenimore. 72-60, I think the final was in that game. And we got girls varsity action on a conference game with Arcadia. They come away 61-33 winners tonight.
Yeah, Kennedy Brigham leading the way with 18, Dan. Stelner having a fine game with 9. Golden, they held her to 13 tonight, and Peeler ended up with 8.
Oh, yeah, so good quality. Pretty well played game by Westby. I think they did a lot of good things tonight, and they come away with the fairly easy win. Arcadia made it interesting there. They cut the lead down to 10 with about, 12 minutes left, Dave?
Yeah,
and then,
nice run.
And then Westby answered the run and kind of took over. So, Westby girls basketball, they're not going to take the floor again until
next Monday.
Next Monday, it'll be a game, non-conference game with Hillsboro. So that should be a good. Hillsboro has a fine squad. That should be a good non-conference game. So hopefully we'll see you then. But until then, Dave, thanks for helping out tonight. Appreciate it. So with that, we will have basketball for you on Monday. Until then, thanks for watching. This has been basketball brought to you by Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC. Thanks again.